Right now on 11 at 11, a chaotic scene at a Louisville school after a car crashed into the building. Now police investigate yet another homicide.
Dozens of drivers pay the price as officers try to keep bicyclists and pedestrians safe.
And more bad news on the economy. It sends Wall Street reeling today. The Dow hitting one of its biggest one-day drops in history. It's all right now at 11 o'clock. This is 11 at 11 on WHAS 11 News. Good evening, everyone. I'm Gary Rodemeyer.
And I'm Melissa Swan. Doug Proffitt has the night off. First this evening, the search for suspects after a man is shot to death near a Louisville elementary school. It happened this afternoon when police found the body after the victim's car crashed into Bick Elementary. Investigators say he'd been shot in an alley just 1 block away. It's a scene that terrified parents. 11 at 11's Melanie Kahn joins us live with tonight's top story. Melanie?
Well, Melissa, police are still trying to piece together this case tonight. They say the biggest challenge they're now facing is the fact that they have not one, but 2 separate crime scenes, so they have a lot of ground to cover. This is what Sandy Miller saw when she arrived at Bick Elementary School to pick up her 2 kids this afternoon. A chaotic crime scene right in front of the school.
Scary. I mean, it really is. I mean, you're scared that, oh my God, is that my kid? I mean, is this incident happening when it's my kid? I mean, is my kid in harm?
It wasn't Sandy's kid. It was a man in his early 20s dead in his car from a gunshot wound.
It was around 4 o'clock this afternoon. Several calls came in. One was that there may have been an accident. Another was that maybe that there was a shooting.
All of the people who called police were right. It was both a shooting and a crash.
The vehicle was involved in obviously some sort of shooting in the alley, and then came through the alley out onto 24th Street, where then the driver obviously lost control, went through this fence, crossed over Cedar, and then struck the school building here.
Only a few feet from a playground full of elementary school children.
It's very frightening.
Now, the school does have in-school security officers who kept all of the kids inside the school while all of this was happening, and they did not let them out until their parents picked them up. Now, if you have any information at all about this case, you are being asked to call police. You can reach them at 574-LMPD. Live in downtown, Melanie Kahn, WHAS 11 News.
Thank you, Melanie. Well, John McCain and Barack Obama met tonight for the third and final presidential debate, and the moderator, Bob Schieffer, asked the candidates to step away from their campaign talking points and answer the questions on the minds of Americans. Now, sitting just a few feet away from each other, the candidates threw accusations over everything from taxes to negative campaign ads. ABC's Lindsay Davis wraps up tonight's debate from Long Island.
Reduce the deficit, but the nonpartisan committee.
What is important is making sure that we disagree without being disagreeable.
Versus combative.
You didn't tell the American people the truth.
The setting made it the most intimate. The high stakes deemed it the most intense.
Yeah. Senator Obama, I am not President Bush. If you wanted to run against President Bush, you should have run 4 years ago.
In the past month, the financial crisis has transformed the campaign. Tonight, economic policy dominated the stage.
What we haven't yet seen is a rescue package for the middle class.
And what you want to do to Joe the plumber and millions more like him is have their taxes increased and not be able to realize the American dream.
McCain put Obama on the defensive, questioning his association with 60s radical William Ayers.
We need to know the full extent of that relationship.
40 years ago, when I was 8 years old, he engaged in despicable acts with a radical domestic group. I have roundly condemned those acts.
With the Dow falling more than 700 points today on fears of recession, both candidates hope to emerge as the stronger economic leader during these difficult financial times. Now, less than 3 weeks remain until the election. Lindsay Davis, ABC News, Hempstead, New York.
And with just 2.5 weeks to go until Election Day, the candidates are starting to focus more and more on Indiana, which has become something of a battleground state. Senator Obama was in Indianapolis last week, and on Friday, Governor Sarah Palin is making her first trip to the Hoosier State for a Friday rally. It's at the Verizon Wireless Music Center in Noblesville, just north of Indianapolis. It will start at 4:30 in the afternoon. Tickets are required, and you can get those tickets through the McCain campaign website, and we'll have reports from the rally coming up Friday night.
Well, fears of a recession sent stocks falling today. You saw a little bit of it in Lindsay Davis's report. The Dow closed down 733 points, the second largest point decline ever. The Federal Reserve reported today consumer spending and manufacturing have slowed dramatically. And Chairman Ben Bernanke says recovery will come, but with time.
Stabilization of the financial markets is a critical first step. But even if they stabilize, as we hope they will, broader economic recovery will not happen right away.
Today, President Bush and leaders of the world's wealthiest countries committed to holding a summit in the near future to lay the groundwork for global regulatory reform. Well, the $700 billion economic rescue plan made for some odd political bedfellows. And tonight, Congressman John Yarmuth is getting political support from a man you'd least suspect, the mentor of his opponent. Republican Senator Mitch McConnell says Yarmuth cast a, quote, courageous vote for the bill, which Yarmuth's opponent, Republican Ann Northup, opposes.
Congressman Yarmuth voted correctly. Senator Obama voted correctly. Senator McCain voted correctly. This was a time to put country first. I believe that was the right thing to do for our nation.
You think it hurts Ann Northup when folks hear you say, basically, Ann Northup was wrong?
Everyone knows I support Ann Northup. She's an old friend of mine. But this was a time to put country first. I think this was the correct vote for America.
Northup told reporters last Friday McConnell was simply wrong in voting for the bailout bill. She says there was a better way to prop up financially troubled banks.
Well, the stock market was dropping today, and so was the price of crude oil, dropping to under $75 a barrel today, its lowest level in 13 months. Meantime, gasoline prices in the Louisville area are also dropping. Tonight, we found regular unleaded selling at stations on Taylor Boulevard near Churchill Downs for $2.79 a gallon. Right now, gas is an average cost of $2.95 in Louisville, and that's down 3 cents from yesterday, 40 cents from a week ago, and $1.18 from just 1 month ago.
Gary, we're tracking a few rain showers moving into Kentucky, or at least trying to make its way here. We can see over the last couple of hours these showers as they move closer into Louisville. They've basically just been dissipating. They're running into some drier air, and we're still tracking a couple of stray showers here just to the east of Evansville. If it holds together, it may be into Louisville here sometime around midnight tonight. More showers out behind that, out ahead of a cold front that will keep us in a chance for some scattered showers through about midday tomorrow. All right, here's a look at your forecast, and as we help you plan out your Thursday. A cool 63 degrees tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Sunrise at 7:53. We'll keep those showers, or at least a few stray showers in the forecast until noon tomorrow, with a noon temperature of 65. Tomorrow's high 68. Compare that to what we had today. Today's high 84 degrees. So finally some fall-like temperatures heading our way. And then by 8 o'clock, 61 degrees with the sun setting tomorrow evening at 7:03. What about more showers, and how cool will it get? You keep it right here. I'll let you know coming up in just a couple of minutes. Melissa.
Thank you, Monty. Former First Lady Nancy Reagan will spend the next several days in the hospital after breaking her pelvis in a fall at her California home. A spokeswoman says the 87-year-old fell last week but didn't seek immediate medical care. She decided to get checked out Monday because of persistent pain. The spokeswoman says Mrs. Reagan won't have to undergo surgery but is currently in physical therapy. Recovery is expected to take 6 to 8 weeks. Well, Vice President Dick Cheney is resting at home tonight after going to the hospital to be treated for an abnormal heartbeat. A Cheney spokeswoman says an electric shock was administered at the hospital and there were no complications. She says the vice president is ready to resume his normal schedule.
A Bullitt County elementary school is trying to ward off an outbreak of whooping cough after 9 students were diagnosed with that disease. Letters went home with students at Freedom Elementary School today saying that any children who show signs of this highly contagious respiratory disease should stay home or go home. If you suspect that your child could have whooping cough, just go to WHAS11.com and we have listed the symptoms of the disease there.
The community of